Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Aloha Press Show. Jeff, holy shit.
Wearing all black.
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
Hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking a shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire at the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.
It does feel like it's been an extra long time between shows. From last Tuesday's match till today, a lot's happened in the golf world. But I'm happy to be back.
Dude, a lot of golf has happened, but a lot of hangovers. I'm not gonna lie, Sunday morning was rather rough for me. I tried to drink all the Coors Lights in Georgia, and was accompanied by a few of our neighbors who got after it. It was just good nap day for golf.
Well, I feel you. I mean, normal people don't go wine tasting on a Monday, but since I have Tuesdays off, I decided to do it. And I'm not a big wine guy, but I decided to drink red wine for about 10 hours straight yesterday on top of whiskey. And yeah, I had that same feeling this morning, and I still have it right now in the afternoon. There's a reason I'm drinking water and a soda pop during the show here today.
It's so we got to initiate apology. Sorry, we're a little late, but we're gonna catch you guys up on all the reactions and golf news and all the nonsense that's been going on here lately when it comes to the golf. We're gonna get all your reactions. Jeff, first and foremost, I mean, I don't know what to tackle first, but I have just a hunch, and it maybe is our bets. I mean, shit, I'm only down 5 bottles. I mean, this was a great week for me, and I celebrated quite heavily. And it kicked off with last week's match with Bryson DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers against Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady. Jeff, holy shit. On a scale of 1 to 10, ranking all the matches, was this anywhere near the top? Is this as good as the Phil Tiger match? Or was it kind of near the bottom when they had Matthew Wolff and Dustin Johnson on that? Which I realized wasn't even a match. It was hosted by TNT, but wasn't part of the match or for some reason. But I mean, how does this one rank?
I mean, believe me, it gave us something to do on a Tuesday night, but it was a long match. I didn't even make it to the end, to tell you the truth. I watched about the first 12 holes religiously, and then I just couldn't take it anymore. And what you said came true. It was going to come down to Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. And Tom Brady absolutely choked and hit some just terrible shots that killed me in my bet because I had Phil. And Aaron Rodgers stepped up. I mean, he made putts. He hit really good shots. I'll tell you the one thing I liked about the match. I didn't really care for the banter and the jokes and the stupid shit Bryson did. But that golf course was amazing. If anything, that showcased that golf course, it made me want to go try to find a way to play there.
Well, Jeff, I honestly was like, oh, where's that golf course? I'm never going to be invited there. I don't want to be a part of there. I don't want to be anywhere. I would shoot 150 at that golf course. That was the most challenging fucking golf course I'd ever seen. Like, if you put a handful of PGA Tour players, I guarantee you most of them aren't going to break fucking 70. Most of the times, they were like, all right, the green's over there, and you had no clue what hole they were actually talking about just because they were standing on top of a fucking mountain most of the day. I'm going to disagree with you, but I need your reaction.
Didn't it remind you of the Dragon?
Oh my God.
Remind you of the Dragon a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. There was fucking bears and mountain lions and fucking raccoons everywhere. It was just absolutely nuts. And you got guys like Aaron Rodgers who are absolutely losing their mind. He was like, what? Like, are we going to have enough daylight? Like, did they bring lights out to this event? Because I've never seen 4 players. Maybe not 4 players. I've never seen 3 players play so fucking slow in my life.
Well, they did play very slow. It took forever, the rulings and stuff like that. I mean, but the one thing I'll say about Aaron Rodgers is I really don't think he likes Bryson that much and didn't really want to be his partner, but somebody paid him enough money to show up and do this before he took off the Tahoe.
It was one of those things that I looked at, Aaron's and Bryson's game, and I realized Aaron's a better golfer. I've decided, like, you put him on the tour, he might win a fucking US Open. It cracked me up on how bad Bryson played. Bryson shanked one into the fucking woods. Like, I got an 8-iron from about 280. I'm gonna peel this one up. The air pressure and the density of the bear shit, off to my right. is gonna make the ball fly a little farther. And sure, he tops one into the fucking trees. It to me, Bryson was not the right guy for the match, and I don't think he'll be invited back. Neither will Tom Brady, because he is a horrible golfer.
Tom Brady's horrible, and that's what confused the shit out of me. Is at least Bryson and Aaron Rodgers had a game plan, and Aaron would hit first most of the time, and Bryson would decide what to do after that. I don't know what Phil Mickelson was thinking. He'd step up and hit first, hit driver, hit it into the woods, or Tom Brady'd hit one in play, and they wouldn't take it. I was very confused about their game plan or their strategy. I think Phil maybe just towards the back nine had enough and was just like, let's just get this over with.
It was bad because Phil Mickelson was having to like pull information out of Bryson. It's like, Bryson, you need to fucking talk, bro. Like, you know that mic that you have fucking hooked up to you? Like, you need to fucking express what the fuck you're doing, because no one understands it. And when he did, it kind of made sense, like the fucking percentages and all this bullshit. But then I realized, like, when Aaron brought in Bryson to like read a putt, Aaron was like, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna break that much. And it was cool to see, you know, the competitive spirit where like Aaron Rodgers knew, like, I'm a much bigger human being than you are, and I will beat your ass here in the forest.
Hey, the coolest part was watching Tom and Aaron have a little catch out there, you know, just slinging the rock around. I mean, I like that more than some of the golf. I mean, they did hit some unbelievable shots. And I know what you mean when you say that course would be very tough, because there's the chance that you're not driving it on the green like they did, and you're in the woods all day long, because it sets up for a lot of risk reward. But they did hit some good shots. I mean, early on, I don't know how it was the last 3 or 4 holes, so just stop watching.
It was to a point where Charles Barkley's like, can we not get a few fucking spotters out there? Like, he was like, there were certain, Bryson's halfway down the fucking mountain search for a golf ball that he hit like 80 yards offline. And they're like, Charles is like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what? We have 80 people in carts, but we don't have anyone fucking like in a slice region. It kind of cracked me up. So as matches, as I ranked them, this one was okay. Aaron Rodgers was actually pretty entertaining. Tom Brady's a good spirited guy. Phil Mickelson, I don't know what Phil had on his hand. It looked like half of a condom, or like he had like a fucking a glove. And then Charles Barkley asked him about it. He's like, I got a little nick, and I don't know if they're burning like skin cancer off him or what, but it kind of concerned me.
I don't know what that was. That bandage looked like it was about 3 days old. So it had been through it a little bit. And
it was like the KT type that just had a few stains on it.
It was. But Tom's wife's a supermodel, right? She knows fashion. She knows clothing lines and stuff. How does Tom come in wearing pants that would fit me and you? I mean, come on, bro.
He looked like a giant dork.
Yeah. The last time he played the match, I don't even think he wore a belt. He tucked his shirt in without a belt. This time he comes with high waters. What is that?
It was not a good look
He's
for
wearing
Under
the
Armour.
goddamn Under Armour golf shoes from like 6 years ago. I got those in my garage. Find a way, Tom.
Like, you got TaylorMade like hooking Aaron Rodgers up with the fucking Adidas gear. He's got a tour bag. They fitted him before the fucking match. And then Tom Brady comes out. At least this time he had a fucking driver with him. I think the last match he didn't even play with a driver. Like, he didn't play with a driver. I know that. Like, it just cracked me. He's got this old shitty red bag that just, God, I feel like Tom Brady could use a few, maybe a publicist, someone to help him out with his fucking sponsorship. But wrapping up the match, to be quite honest with you, it was like a 6-hour shitty soap opera that I was just dragged through. It was cool to see golf on a Tuesday, but God, they need some fucking fireworks. The one addition that I would think would be unique and pretty cool is if you mixed in maybe like another foursome with maybe some LPGA Tour players or some, just add a little flavor, because watching 4 grown men just hacking around a golf course is not that entertaining. But where'd the betting go? Remember when Phil and Tiger, they would fucking bet on shit? They missed out on that.
They need that, and I think you're absolutely right when it comes to another foursome. Get 4 more celebs, for whatever you got to do, but the downtime would be cut in half, which would be huge, because there's just so much of them driving in their carts and talking, or somebody calling in. I mean, we were texting with each other, I think, when the match started. people know I don't have the greatest internet connection here in Amador City. A lot of the times I'm delayed, I'm a little cut off. The Wi-Fi little stick runs out of battery, whatever it may be. How is the past president of the United States calling in, and Barack Obama is more choppy than I am? I mean, he couldn't even have a conversation. They couldn't even hear him. What is that production value?
The call-ins, I just don't understand it. Like, I get, like, it's cool to like interject, with guys on the golf course, but to be quite honest with you, the last person I want to talk to, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, is Barack Obama. I mean, the president of the United States. That's amazing. But if I have to play with some dipshit next to me, Bryson DeChambeau, I would want to lose my mind. I'd be like, Mr. President, I'm sorry to say, but I'm not in a belief with your policies, and I'm moving on. I'm going back to the golf course. It's just, I think you entertain us a little bit more. The next match, okay, the TNT, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to amp it up and get us President Trump versus President Obama. Okay, we get Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson out there and just have a true battle. A real battle of just, golf.
100%. Prop bets, cart girls, cocktails, side bets, anything to make it entertaining. I mean, we had more fun out at my little 8-man $100 buy-in skins game this Sunday morning at 6:30 in the morning than those guys did out there.
Absolutely. And as exciting as the match was, God, this weekend, I mean, not a lot of fucking drama. I mean, we got two battling events. I mean, we got fucking rain delays. We got the John Deere and as I screwed it up, the Aberdeen, what did I call it? Aberdeen, like the most hillbilly redneck way to say the fucking Aberdeen fucking classic out in Scotland, the Scottish Open, essentially. These two events, don't get me wrong. Like the Scottish Open is absolutely crazy important for that economy, that event, just because it's one of the stronger fields that they have in the European Tour. Actually, it's the second strongest field because you get a bunch of Americans over there playing and competing in some golf. But then you've got the Tour, the PGA Tour, shoving the John Deere Classic down my throat. Like they both had rain delays, and we get the Scottish, we get a little playoff, and then you're mixing it with the John Deere. It just, I don't know, Jeff, but I'm kind of sick and tired of the John Deere.
Well, hey, I can tell you right now, I didn't watch a single golf shot at the John Deere, and I didn't watch a single golf shot at the Scottish Open. All I did was refresh my ESPN scores tab to make sure my guys had a chance. And, I knew after Phil lost, okay, I was down one. I was going to have a rough go because Justin Thomas beating Richard Bland was pretty much a foregone conclusion. That was going to happen.
Oh,
but
are you sure?
Stricker gave me – I figured Richard Bland ain't going to get JT. But I thought Stricker might sneak up, get Berger. I'd only lose one bottle. We'd call it good. And on Saturday, Stricker's rolling. He's fucking rolling. He's a couple up on Berger. I'm like, awesome. And he goes bogey to finish. And I knew that just the tides turn. He shoots even par or something on Sunday, loses to Berger by 2. And I got swept 0 for 3 this week. I mean, the only good thing about this weekend was I got to watch our home course up there in Tahoe, Edgewood. It looks beautiful.
We'll get to Edgewood,
sunny.
okay?
So,
we're leaving Edgewood as the fucking cherry on top to keep the listeners fucking strung along. It's Jeff. Friday evening, okay, I send you a text message with a couple circles around it, and Richard Bland and Justin Thomas are fucking tied. Okay, Steve Stricker and Berger are tied. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking lose 2 bottles. This is the way it goes. I got Steve Stricker skipping the Senior U.S. Open, the tour that he plays on, to play the John Deere Classic because he's gonna make more fucking money. And I got Richard Bland, who I forgot about at the last United States Open. And I got these guys coming out of the woodwork. And sure enough, thank God, I had Berger and Justin Thomas go low on Sunday to get us little backdoor top 10s. I looked and realized, like, the only thing that came out of, like, the actual this weekend of golf, besides, I'm not talking about Edgewood, I'm not talking about the American Century Classic, I'm saying professional golf, real guy. The only thing that came out of it, the only excitement was I got a really good nap on Sunday, okay, and I woke up to a couple guys who I would have never fucking picked in my life. You got Lucas Glover, first time in 11 years, winning his second John Deere Classic. Okay, Lucas Glover, one, doesn't play with a glove, and just goes out there and shoots 64 to beat just some compelling competition. You had Ryan Moore, Kevin Na, Adam Schenk, which probably he literally shanked a couple shots. Luke List, I mean, Lucas Glover, I mean, congratulations. He gets the victory. Your thoughts on Lucas?
He's kind of a mopey guy, the way that he's kind of slow and deliberate, not a big fan favorite, but he just kept his career going for another 10 years right now. I mean, he was fading away, 11 years without a victory, kind of a nobody. I'm not even sure if he was in any of the majors, but he's back now. I mean, Tournament of Champions next year, majors, all the exemptions. He's fucking back. Leave it to the John Deere. Leave those little B class events. Fucking get these guys. They let them hang around.
They let him creep back in, and this is what happens. PJ Tour's doing fucking bad shit to the product. I don't want to watch a guy who hasn't won in 11 years be on the tour. Get his old ass up to the fucking senior tour. What are we doing? I get to watch him again. Like I get Jeff Bellotti in 3 years from now picking Lucas Glover to beat my young guy, because that's what's gonna happen. He ain't playing in the fucking Senior U.S. Open, a major championship for the USGA. No, you got Lucas Glover, Ryan Moore, guy who hasn't won in 5 years. We haven't heard his name in 5 years. And you got Kevin Na walking in fucking birdie putts again. It just absolutely shut it down. I love the John Deere product. Don't get me wrong. Okay, I'm dumping some of their fertilizer out in my Bermuda right now. But I'm just saying, if I got to stare at Kevin Na, okay, the fucking guy. I don't know if you saw it, Jeff, on Sunday. I know you didn't see it. He's wearing his stupid jacket. And he's got his stupid logo with his walking in. He's trying to grab the fucking putt before it goes in. And what got me the most was in big white letters, about 4-inch letters that has been screen printed on from his wife, I'm assuming, had ironed it on at their local shop. It says, like, win at all costs. That's all it says. It says win at all costs on the big giant billboard on Kevin Na's jacket. And it got me thinking. I immediately Googled fucking how many wins Kevin Na has. He has 5, okay? Kevin Na is not winning at all fucking costs. It just immediately pissed me off. And all I want to do is absolutely hurt him. Just drove me crazy.
Well, yeah, hey, there was nothing compelling about the John Deere. There was nothing compelling about the Scottish Open. It's a good tune-up for the Americans over there to get ready.
What do you mean? The guy winning, Min Woo Lee, goes into a playoff and beats... Thomas Detry and Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Come from that tournament was the guys being pussies when they just let somebody snag their fucking golf club and their head cover. That was the biggest thing to come from that tournament.
It was the best and worst thing that came from that tournament was Rory McIlroy missing the cut. I've decided that was probably the best. Like, he showed up, he got a Scottish Open, he said hello to all his fans and his family and everyone, and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm out. Like, there's no way. And I hate to say it, but you look at the leaderboard and you realize, like, there's guys at the Scottish Open that just simply said, I'm not winning this week. Ian Poulter goes out, shoots 8 under on Sunday, gets himself 1 back. You've got guys like John Rahm, okay? Doesn't put together all the rounds, gets back 16, 2 back. Justin Thomas, 2 back. I mean, Xander Schauffele, Scotty Scheffler, Richard Bland. Fuck, he's in the mix again. Jesus, fuck. And then you got Tyrrell Hatton. You got all these guys who are playing really good golf, assuming this is the last tournament you want to win, especially with the Open Championship coming up this weekend. Jeff, I mean, let's wrap up last week's round of golf, because good God, it was just absolutely a bit mind-numbing, except one tournament. Okay, and folks, if you're listening to this, just understand we are going to get to the Open Championship. We're going to give you our picks. We've got a little spice in there. We're going to give you all the necessary action. But, Jeff, let's get to the real tournament this week. No one gave a shit about the John Deere. No one gave a shit about the freaking Scottish Aberdeen Classic, okay? And no one cared about the U.S. Senior Open. To be honest, I didn't even know about it. And no one cared about the match. All they cared about watching was the American Century Classic on NBC this week. Jeff, I mean, you got a great glimpse of what tournament conditions are going to be like for the Aloha Press Classic.
It was unbelievable. The weather was perfect. I mean, I can only hope that we get weather like that, because it wasn't too breezy for them. It was warm. The ball was going a mile. But there's something about watching a golf tournament, especially on national TV like that with live coverage, the guys that do the regular PGA Tour events, to just hear the music that's blaring from the side of 17 and 18 from the boats. I mean, the casinos, their pools are rocking. I remember when we played there, you're on 6, 7, and 8 in that part of the golf course. You hear the casino clubs and the pools banging. So it's just a different atmosphere. The course is beautiful. There's guys that played in our tournament last year texting throughout the day with me, like, I can't wait to get back up there. And then we had drama. There was legitimate drama coming down the stretch. Smoltzy's was just choking it away the last 5 holes, goes to the playoff and can't get it done. I mean, I loved it. I watched the entire round on Sunday.
It was absolutely incredible. You had Vinny Del Negro played in every single one of these things, which is impressive. 34 years or whatever it is. And then you got John Smoltz tying it up on the 18th hole to shove it into a playoff. I mean, advancing over Tony Romo, Annika Sorensen, Jack Wagner, and Joe Pavelski with their fancy, point system. The playoff. Let's talk about the playoff. I mean, hell of a way to finish a golf tournament. I mean, John Smoltz, you top one off the tee, you tag one into the trees, which I've seen. I know I've tagged that same fucking tree multiple times on hole 18. Not a great way to get up and down for a double or whatever he ended up scoring to lose it to Vinny.
Hey, I knew he was in trouble. And when we went up there a few weeks ago and played, I was in those right trees, and you talked me into doing something stupid. There's no way to actually get at that green from those right trees. There's not. I mean, we can all pick out a window, or I think you had me try to hit a 4-iron cut through a little window, started over the pond and bring it back, and it went in the pond. He needed to punch out and try to make birdie the hard way. Instead, he off the trees into the pond. Yeah, it was over. Vinny had no stress. But it wasn't just that. Smoltzy was playing really good until 3-putt on 14. Comes up short with a wedge on 15, makes bogey. 16 makes a birdie, then 17 chunks a chip, makes bogey. 18 barely he has to roll in a fucking 6-footer for par just to get in the playoffs. So he struggled. The nerves got to him. I mean, it was actually kind of hard to watch.
It was, but at the same time, like, the greatest thing about that golf tournament was, like, all I could see is us on the golf course. Like, I could see the range and I could see our group doing our thing. I could see us on hole 18, just pulling off similar shots. And it was absolutely cool to see. And it was cool to see even guys like Tony Romo, Annika Sorensen, who's the best female golfer in the world, or was, cool to see them play the actual, the same holes that we do. And to be quite honest with you, like, that weather window that they caught where the wind was very little, I've never seen that place was so calm in my life. Like, it was hole 16 to them was just an easy. It was like a pitch and putt for the most part, like just driver 3-wood and just making eagles everywhere, which was pretty cool and incredible. And it was cool to see how each day they set up the golf course a little bit different, kind of like the way we do.
Yeah, hey, it was a party for 3 days up there. It was a definite party. A lot of guys had fun drinking their beers, hanging out with the fans. It just got the juices flowing. I wanted to go up there. I almost just got in the car and just drove up to Tahoe just to try to catch a glimpse of the course and maybe hang around, Monday, Tuesday. I can't wait for October. I can't fucking wait. It's going to be amazing. That place is amazing. There's just something special about that golf course. I mean, everybody knows it's my favorite course in the world. So it's just, get ready. I know we're going to talk about the Classic here in a little bit, but yeah, it was the shining star of the weekend was that tournament.
It absolutely was. And it was just, I don't know. Hole 17, good God. Like, if the Aloha Hard Press Classic, one of these days, someone's going to be like, you guys said it one day, like, on your podcast, like, how big the Classic's going to get. It might battle the American Century Classic, because I love the atmosphere on hole 17. Like, that's hole 17, 18, like, just a mad amount of people. You're seeing ass cheeks everywhere because the thong bikinis are just in style, good and bad. I mean, you've got Aaron Rodgers giving out golf balls. You got JT and guys shooting freaking free throws and 3-pointers out there. It was cool to see the fans back. It was cool to see just the atmosphere, and clearly they were having a good time.
Oh yeah, and Rodgers just throwing darts into the crowd, into the boats. Fucking one guy didn't get the hands up fast enough, got him right in the face. That's the price you pay, though. Those NFL quarterbacks got a little bit more zip on their ball.
It was a good showing. It's so wrapping up the American Century Classic. Yeah, congratulations to it was kind of a sad the way he ended the tournament. Unfortunately, Vinny's dad passed away, which pretty, but encouraged him to win. Shit, it's maybe some of you get. Never mind, I'm not going to go there. It's So wrapping up the American Century Classic, incredible event. Looking forward to the Aloha Press Classic. If any of those guys who competed and gals wanted to get after it here in a few months, you can do so. October 9th and 10th at the Aloha Press Classic. You can sign up now. The sign-up sheets are available at the alohapress.com/classic, Jeff. It's looking forward to it. It's crazy. We sent out a little email like, hey, we got this tournament again, and sure enough, we are filling up pretty quick, which is awesome.
Hey, and the fact that they've given us 20 more spots this year, we go from 40 to 60. COVID's essentially gone up there. We're going to be able to do the things we want to do. The party atmosphere, it's going to be wild. It's going to be a great time, and it's going to be good golf too. Because I mean, that course is no joke, and we know that, especially if it gets windy. It's no joke. It's a tough test to golf, but it's also a lot of fun the way we bring all the different games in and give everybody a chance to win some money and take something home with them.
It's which is absolutely amazing. It's something that we pride ourselves to pretty much deliver. I don't want to say a PGA Tour like experience because ours is better, but and the entertainment's gonna be there, but
more fun.
Way more fun. It's so go to the website, thealohapress.com/classic, and you're gonna be able to sign up, which is gonna be which I'm looking forward to. It's Jeff and I are already signed up, which is it's gonna be fun. You're gonna be able to join us.
There you go.
It's anyways, wrapping up this last week. I mean, we've got the Open Championship. I mean, the major that was missed out. I mean, you got Rory McIlroy spitting, just throwing out his heritage. I mean, I kind of got hurt by some of his words, just some of the shit he was talking about, how, this is his favorite major championship. It's the best major championship. And he was a little frustrated how it was the only one skipped. And Rory McIlroy, to be quite honest with you, like, if I had to see you in public right now, I would simply tell you it's not the best major championship because they skipped it last year, okay? To be quite honest with you. But with that being said, Jeff, I mean, how good is the Open Championship? I mean, this is something we've missed. I missed the weather aspect of it. I missed the link style golf. I've truly, kind of missed, quite a bit of this actual major championship.
I missed it, and I think it's the second best major championship in golf. Obviously, the Masters is number one for me, but I like the Open Championship better than the U.S. Open and the PGA. I really do. It's different. The style of golf over there is different. The courses are different. It's intriguing. The only thing I'm sad about this year is, we missed it last year, but I was so used to working graveyards, and I'm sure you're the same way. And you don't have to wake up early to watch it. You just stay up. You're already awake working graveyards. You come home, it's on. You're watching it live. It's amazing. A working day shift, I don't have to try to get up at 2, 3 in the morning to catch some golf. That's going to be difficult.
It is, unless you're on the East Coast. My time change is great. I call it coffee golf. It's you wake up a hair earlier and you're just you're ready to go. So just to name off a couple of the pairings that are gonna be suckled down on round 1 and round 2. 4:25 a.m. Eastern. You got Jordan Spieth, Bryson DeChambeau, and Brandon Grace. Why the hell did they put Brandon Grace in there? Good God. 4:58, you got Shane Lowry, defending champion, John Rahm, U.S. Open champion, Louis Oosthuizen, who, good God, he's a second place major victory. And then 5:20 a.m., you got Dustin Johnson, Will Zalatoris, Justin Rose, and a couple later tee times you're going to be able to take advantage of. It's Rory McIlroy, Patrick Reed, Cameron Smith at 10:21, and then you got Xander, Robert Mackin something, and then Ricky Fowler at 9:59 Eastern time. Jeff, it's the Open Championship. The last time it was played at I think, what is it, Royal St. George. You got Darren Clark getting the victory, older guy, back in 2011. I remember that Open Championship just based on the weather. The weather there sucked. It was just absolutely just pouring rain. The wind sucked. It just, to me, it was kind of like fun looking golf. I don't want to play in that shit. I like seeing those guys suffer. That's kind of why I enjoy the Open Championship probably the most. It's just the elements. I mean, these guys, you're going to see Phil Mickelson wrapped up in, gloves and umbrellas, and it's going to be crazy, which I like it.
I do. I love it. It's a shot maker's dream. It's a for a guy that watches golf and sits at home and likes to just see these high ball flights and left to right all day, right to left. That gets boring for me. I love to see the creativity that this type of golf brings out. The low runners, playing slopes. Using a sideboard, trying to get out of some of those bunkers. Sometimes it's just different golf, totally different style. And the guys that live over there and play over there have an advantage, but it doesn't always seem to work out that way. I mean, you get guys like Phil and Henrik having a battle, great battle years ago. Tigers won a bunch over there on those type of courses. For a guy like Zach Johnson, he's not coming this year, but he's won over there. So it's just good. It's just different. It breaks up the monotony of the PGA Tour, the week in, the week out stuff, and it's major championship week. If you're not excited for that, then you probably should go home, not watch golf, and whatever, go play at Castle Oaks. I don't know.
Go to your local muni and bitch about the greens and fucking slow play on a Sunday. You're absolutely right, because it is a major championship. It's our last one of the year. I mean, shit. The next one we're gonna have is the Masters in April, and you look at it and you realize like you've got to. This is a special Open Championship. I don't think anyone really recognizes like the opportunity that some of these guys have. I mean, you've got a huge list of guys who's withdrawn. I mean, just to name off a couple, you've got Hideki Matsuyama, who tested positive for COVID. You got Sungjae Im, which I don't understand why. Kevin Na. Good God. The reason is because he couldn't bring his entire family. That was it. And Kevin Na, do you think the guys back in the 1800s who had to get on a fucking boat to go play in this championship bitched about not bringing their family? Like, they could barely afford to eat over there during the war. Like, it just fucking drives me crazy. Matthew Wolff, no reason given. Clearly, he's not up for the the depressing weather. Maybe, I don't know. If you want to come hang out with us, we could talk shit to him on here on the couch. Siwoo Kim, Bubba Watson apparently was in close contact with someone with COVID. KH Lee, Zach Johnson, Ryan Moore, again, no clue why. Danny Lee, Louis De Hager, and then I'm assuming one of your picks, David Duval, is apparently gonna stick to the. He's probably gonna get paid more, commentating from the broadcast booth than he would missing the cut, shooting 82-88 there on Thursday, Friday. Jeff, with all of these withdrawals for so many reasons, it's kind of shocking, and it's, in my opinion, a great opportunity for guys who, are going to miss out some on, some of the amenities to be able to play in the championship.
It kind of blows my mind that the guys skip a major championship. I get it, if you had COVID or there was reasons like that, but every major is a chance to win, and yeah, it kind of weakens the field a little bit, not having guys like Zach Johnson, Bubba Watson, Hideki there that are all major champions. But a guy like Matt Wolff, I get it. I know why he's not there, because this is not easy golf. This is not set up for his style of game. His game is not in a good place right now, and there's no excuses. He's not going to go over there and be able to fake it around that golf course. He'd probably end up WDing anyway if he showed up. So he just made the call. I'm not even going to fly over the pond. I'm just going to stay home.
He's going to get DQ'd for signing the incorrect scorecard or something stupid, or violating these COVID rules, which have been kind of a big thing when it comes to these high dollar paid PGA Tour players. News broke just a few minutes ago. Brooks Koepka is not going to be able to have his chef or his girlfriend or fiance at the Open Championship. Complained about the food's not going to be as good. Is it that big of a deal for just to be limited to 4 people when they're having the event with 32,000 people each day? It's a bit, kind of first world problems for these PGA Tour players to be quite honestly, in my opinion.
It is, but hey, as a sponsor of those big guys, and you pay them a lot of money, you want them at their best in the biggest tournaments, and they have their routines. They have their daily routines, their nightly routines, and if you're going to kind of break that up and make it difficult on them or change things up, I think that's going to affect them. I don't know how much, but they just got to tough it out and try to figure it out. But for Brooks, he may be one of your picks. He's definitely one of my picks in the 3 things here, and I didn't know that. So we'll see. That could be. I might have to change my mind here.
It's also been reported that Brooks Koepka reveals that Royal St. George is not my favorite open course. And he's not gonna have a chef there. So I don't know if you need to make a couple of quick changes or what you need to do, but I mean Brooks Koepka has come out this week and just the media over in Europe is just a hair different. They don't play by the rules the PGA Tour does. Because at the PGA Tour level, you can't ask certain questions. You just can't be you just can't be a dick. But these guys, they're fucking open firing it. They're one of them called Bryson DeChambeau by Brooks Koepka, which was that got awkward on the telecast. And then you've got them questioning and really focusing on Brooks Koepka and why he hates Bryson so much, which he got to explain again. But he was asked if he could essentially pair up with Brooks or with Bryson for the Ryder Cup, and if that was going to affect his play. Jeff, he said it wasn't. He said he could withstand, dealing with someone for a week to essentially, to accomplish a job, which is to beat the European Tour guys. I mean, Jeff, what do you think? Is this something that, you could ignore someone for an entire week who you can't stand? Is it something that you could just absolutely, put to the side and fist bump your way to a victory?
I don't know. I don't think they could be partnered up or teamed up. I mean, how awkward would that be? They're never giving fist pumps or never congratulating each other. And how awkward are they going to make it in the team room and the little game room and the meetings? It's just dumb. They got to get over it. They really do. They got to get over it and battle through it to go win the Ryder Cup. I mean, that's the most important thing. Their little beef, save that for when you're playing individually on the PGA Tour. This is kind of a bigger thing for them and for the United States. So I'd like to think that they get over it and go fist bump their way through it, or maybe they just keep them apart the whole time. I don't know what they're going to do.
I say let them fight. Like, it's like replace the fucking ping pong table, okay? Get the dipshits out of there fucking battling with little paddles. Now get them some fucking sock and boppers, okay, or a couple of gloves. Let them duke it out. Like, fuck, let's hash this out as a fucking real team, because that's if you want to talk about real teams, like that's when you solve problems in the fucking locker room. Like, you got a problem with someone, usually the coach goes, listen, go in there and fucking handle it. I just am sick and tired of this fucking nonsense. Like, either go the entire like Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier's fucking route where you're threatening to kill people and you're sending your wives into DMs and shit, like, where you're breaking ankles trying to kick people and kill them. Like, go that direction, or give them some gloves. Let's put it on a fucking TNT the match and pay-per-view this bullshit, and let's settle this thing as before the Ryder Cup.
That's not a bad idea. A little boxing match is not a bad idea at all. Let them get a little their aggression out, and I don't know who would win. I mean, I'd like to think that Brooks could take him.
Who do you got? Like it. I mean, what is that, celebrity death match? I mean, who's going into the fucking ring and whooping ass, Jeff? Who do you got? You got Bryson or you got Brooks?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'd like to think that Brooks could take more of a beating. I see Bryson, probably getting hurt and complaining or tapping out or quitting. I see Brooks being able to take a little bit of a punishment, but hey, you never know.
You never know. Me personally, if someone's bitching about their fucking chef not being at their fucking event and they're having a struggle, I think needs the necessary protein to start whooping Bryson's ass. Because Bryson DeChambeau, I think, is a whiny crybaby that I think his mom is on fucking speed dial. You're going to put them in a corner. But, I mean, Jeff, Open Championship, let's wrap up the Open Championship. Let's make some predictions. I mean, Jeff, the craziest thing happened is I got the victory last week. I don't know if I get to pick or you want to take the reins at the Open Championship. It's up to you, buddy.
Here's the thing. I mean, you cut the deficit from 8 to 5. That's huge. You come at me today and say, hey, how about another three-peat? Let's do a little three-peat bet. I mean, you want to cut this thing down to 2 if you get lucky.
Oh, yeah.
We got 3 different bets. We're picking overall winner, American, and past champ. So I'm giving you first pick on all 3, and then I'm going to kind of wheel and deal, find out what I'm going to do after that. I don't have anything written down, so
all 3. I have off the cuff. I have nothing written down and/or did not plan particularly well for this particular event, but I'm going something real slick. Okay, I'm picking the winner. This guy has just been laying low. Okay, but has played incredibly great golf. The guy who's gonna win is a guy. He's an older guy. Okay, He doesn't have any major
You
championships
saw how
yet.
that worked last week.
Well, yeah. I'm going with the guy who's going to win the Open Championship, and we're going to celebrate is Lee Westwood. He's going to fucking win the Open Championship out at Royal St. George. I mean, Darren Clark inspired me. It was incredible. So I'm going with Lee Westwood to win the whole damn thing. And let's see here. What I got past champion. I gotta go with another oldie. And goodie. I'm going with Louis Oosthuizen. Okay, another guy who played great golf these last couple years. And the American, it's really, really, really simple. I'm gonna go with a guy who has a bit of a history over here in the kingdom. I'm going Jordan Spieth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, you just took.
yeah. So to
Yeah,
round
actually,
out,
you didn't take any of my picks. That's good.
yeah. So I got Lee Westwood winning it all. I got the past champion as Louis Oosthuizen, and I've got the American, the fan favorite Jordan Spieth. It's been rather quiet in the most recent months, but God, I feel like the last time he was here back in 2017, was as long as he's paired with some guy named Matt Kuchar, I think he's gonna do really well. So who do you got, Jeff? Who's your three guys?
All right.
Who's gonna rip 3 bottles back from me, and return them back to the JC closet in your liquor cabinet?
Well, Brooks was on my radar, but after you told me about this fucking chef thing and he doesn't like the course, I'm not gonna go with Brooks. I'm gonna go with John Rahm to win the whole thing.
Oh shit!
I
Okay.
think Rahm is gonna go back to back in majors. He's playing well. That's who I like. Past champion. I'm going to go with a guy named Jordan Spieth, who you picked as your American. I'm going to pick him as my past champion. So we're both going to be rooting for him, just different bets.
Yeah.
And then lastly, for the American, I'm going to take a guy who, from what all the media says, has been hitting the stinger. He played good at the Scottish Open, and that's old Scotty Scheffler. So I'm going to go with Scotty to get her done as the American.
Scotty Scheffler. Wow, that was out of wow. Okay, all right, we got a match. I mean, if you guys are listening to this and if you don't leave a comment, if either on the YouTube channel or on the podcast, just leave us a note. Who do you think is going to be owing the most? I have this weird feeling Jeff is, just based on the that winner, John Rahm. John Rahm is playing great fucking golf. That is a great pick. I went with a little heart pick, but it is what it is. I'm looking forward to it, Jeff. I think it's gonna be a great battle. It's gonna be a great coffee golf. You want to get some news? You want to get some weird news? I need your opinion on a couple things. A couple things that are like, I don't want to say Aloha Press related, but I think we covered most of them. But let's hit off one of the lists. One of the news things that I saw, Angel Cabrera. We wondered where he was. We hadn't heard from him in a while. Crazy. I didn't see it on Court TV. Judge Judy was not in the mix. Angel Cabrera was sentenced last week and was rocking his President's Cup jacket. Jeff, if I am being sentenced, I think I might be wearing the President's Cup jacket. I might be wearing an Augusta National fucking polo, something. Jeff, I mean, the news he's getting sentenced, it probably isn't shocking.
No, hey, I mean, obviously he gives zero fucks to wear that there, but it also means that he's probably pretty confident in either having his his hand in the judge's pocket or something like that. He's not going to get that bad of a sentence. He's coming in with a lot of confidence, a little cocky attitude, because he knows it's not going to be that bad. I mean, so that's kind of the way I interpret him wearing that type of outfit to that type of thing.
It's I didn't really actually read the actual report. I think he was sentenced.
He didn't sentence like life without parole.
No, I don't know. I have no clue. I just saw the jacket and I was like, oh no, fuck, we've been missing you, buddy. Let's see here. His situation is much more complex than this. He has other charges for which there are arrest warrants too. There are other victims. Prosecutor Laura Bastero told TV channel Todd Notias the first charges were brought by Torres Mania and 2 other women that did the same. So it looks like Angel Cabrera unfortunately traveled to the United States back in July 2020 when he was not seeking permission. So it looks like he violated a couple things, but it is reported here that wearing the President Cup jacket looks way better and a good way to impress a judge, right? Which one of the articles wrote, which I thought was funny. But what other violence that could have happened this last weekend was Rory McIlroy. Okay, everyone saw it on Twitter, YouTube, wherever you get your TikTok news. His driver head cover and wedge cover was taken by a fan who appeared to be under the influence of alcohol. What was your take? I mean, Jeff, your boy. Your boy Ricky or Rory. Let's get his shit stolen right on the tee box with a couple PGA Tour players. What the fuck is going on? What's going on at the Scottish Open?
One, how somebody can just walk so nonchalant up to his fucking bag and do whatever he wants. So that's first off. Where's the security? Where's the measures to keep these guys safe? One, but then two, if that's you or if that's me and we're playing golf and some stranger comes and starts grabbing shit out of my golf bag, we're not just going to look at each other dumbfounded and let him just take wherever he wants and walk over and act like he's going to take a couple practice swings and set the club head cover up and then go tell the media, well, we were, John Rahm saying, I was scared, he had a weapon. Well, the old man security guard that walked up to him wasn't scared because he fucking had no problem getting it back from him, getting him escorted out of there. I mean, it wasn't a big deal, but you're not going in my golf bag. You're not grabbing my shit.
Jeff, you and I have played some questionable golf courses in our lives. I mean, we've carried guns to some golf courses just because of the some of the fans that were out supporting us on the golf course. No one is getting anywhere goddamn near my fucking player. If I'm his caddy, I am fucking decking someone. Someone grabs the head cover and or gives him a high five that he doesn't say it's okay. I'm tackling his ass. I'm fucking decking this guy. I don't give a shit if he has a 6-iron. I have 13 other fucking clubs in the bag to destroy him with, okay? Sorry, Rory. I just teed a guy off. I just hit a stinger off this dude's face with your 3-iron, okay? You're going to need the loft adjusted. It's as simple as that. Who the fuck is letting this freaking old man security guard, who was not a security guard, he had a blazer on, okay? There was patches sewn in on this fucking guy's elbows. There was no guy. He's not leg sweeping this guy with a fucking 6-iron. And drunk guy, what are you doing? Take a swing, okay? Grab a golf ball, tee one up, do what an American would do, like they did at the U.S. Open a couple weeks ago. It's just disappointing all the way around. And John Rahm, you were terrified. You're a massive human being with club feet, okay? Fucking take your short swing and start fucking hacking some wood, okay? All this thing showed me was these three entitled fucking softies out here on the PGA Tour playing the European Tour. Literally, if we had to fight a war with these three dudes, we would fucking lose. No wonder the United States is the United States of America, not fucking sipping tea with Great Britain. It just cracks me up. It just absolutely shocks me that this guy, all he did was go ahead and put the club down. No, in America, they would have fucking killed this guy. It would have been, with our military and our fucking law enforcement, I'm assuming, they would have fucking beaten the guy. They would have cut the TV lines. It just cracks me up. If it was Tiger Woods on the tee box, do you think anyone would fucking let this guy near him? All I know is that I'm a little disappointed in the entire situation. And the last guy I want to take any heat for this is the 97-year-old fucking security guard wearing the blazer. That's all I gotta say about it. I was rather frustrated seeing that video.
He's got the biggest balls of all of them. That was a setup to give a guy like John Rahm the opportunity to go Ray Lewis on somebody, save Rory McIlroy, get him his club back, and kind of just be the man. And they all just fucking cowered. They just cowered to the situation. They cowered, and they let an old guy. I mean, imagine if he did start swinging that thing and he beats the old guy and the old guy dies. Now, how do you feel, boys?
Exactly.
Handle your own business. Handle your own business.
We have 2 losses for Ireland this weekend. Okay, you got Conor McGregor snapping a leg. Okay, and you got Rory McIlroy just absolutely shitting out his leg. It just is both inexcusable. I thought the Irish were angry. Fuck, in the Spanish, God, you thought John Rahm was angry? If I saw someone stealing someone of my fucking clothes and then just stand there, like, first of all, if I test positive for fucking COVID because of this asshole, I'd lose my mind. I'd lose my fucking mind. It just, Cracks me out. What are we doing? And on another note, okay, I and your beautiful wife were at a major championship, and someone went underneath the ropes, okay, at Pebble Beach. She about got tackled by the old guys in America. It just isn't fair. I see why we won the war.
Well, I can tell you one thing. There's one golfer who would have done the exact opposite of what they did, and that's Terrell Hatton. I truly believe that. I think Terrell Hatton would have destroyed that guy, probably put him in a fucking chokehold, made him tap out, maybe figure four, break his leg or something, and then go back and make the cut. Unlike Rory, who was so shooken up that he had to miss the cut because his game's so fucking bad right now.
Can you imagine if Billy Horschel had some fucking asshole? Billy Horschel, I swear to God, would be poking that fucking guy in the chest till he fell over. I guarantee it. Yeah. We got anything else that we want to touch on?
Hey, it's major championship week. It's British Open, the Open, whatever you want to call it. It's a big deal. I hope Phil Mickelson plays well. I hope all my guys play well. I hope we get you back to 8 bottles because, come October's coming soon. I want you delivering cases to me. Cases, not just 5 bottles, not 3 bottles, fucking cases.
It's yeah, man. It's that's your goal. My goal is to just be even. Goal. I want to go to Tahoe even. It's so
black,
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut knob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with Cart Girl. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.